What is popping, y'all? It's me, Cloudboy Bales, and welcome to the first episode of the 2024-25 NFL season weekly Wednesday predictions. Anyways, we're back, and it's going to be one heck of a season. Lots of things going on, but my goodness, we're in for a treat. 16 fun-filled games. One on Thursday, one on Friday, a bunch on Sunday, and one on Monday. The NFL knew what they were doing because these primetime matchups are flamethrowers. Ooh, the fire is coming right out. But most importantly, before we get to all the games, if you like what you see, subscribe below, and obviously comment with your thoughts. Let's get down to business, shall we? Thursday Night Football on primetime NBC. This will be a rematch of the AFC Championship game, which has obviously ended in such a thriller. Baltimore Ravens will take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be a great game. Or actually, should I say, the Kansas Swiftie Chiefs. It'll be a great game, but Baltimore got restacked on offense. They got Derrick Henry now, along with Lamar Jackson. This Ravens team is going to be really hard to beat. And this Chiefs team, obviously, with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift, it's going to be hard to obviously beat the bandwagons, as everyone obviously likes to call this Chiefs team now. I obviously have some theories, but I'm not going to get into it. But this should be a great game. You know, this was a great championship game last year. Obviously, the Chiefs won. They went on to win the Super Bowl. But we're going to get a great thriller. And I feel like, Chiefs lost to the Lions at home on the very first week. I feel like we're going to see the same thing. I think this Baltimore offense is really going to come out swinging. And I actually think Baltimore, because of the revenge, I think this is going to be a revenge game. Baltimore gets the upset on the Chiefs week 1. I just see it. It's going to be epic. That's for sure. Friday night, the Green Bay Packers take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. Minha familia Brazil. I'm trying to do my Vin Diesel impression, whatever. But you know what? It's going to be a heck of a game. Eagles got more stacked on defense. Eagles got Saquon Barkley. Eagles basically are trying to make the wrongdoings of how they collapsed last season after their unbelievable run looking like a top-tier team. They just collapsed and looked awful. I have no idea what happened to Philly, but my goodness, they need to really rebound from what happened because literally it was like this team was unbelievably good to fire the coach immediately. This was a disaster. But Green Bay, the trajectory that they started last year to how they ended, the future is so endless with Jordan Love and these young receivers that he has. They even upgraded at running back. They got Josh Jacobs now. And even at defense, they got Xavier McKinney now. They upgrade. Both of these teams made the upgrades that they needed on their offense and their defense, both in free agency and the draft. This should be a great game. Everybody's picking Philly. Every single person's picking Philly. I feel like because of the way, I want to sit there and say, oh, Philly can really come back from it, but I ain't going to say this. I think the Packers are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm confident in saying it. No one's giving us a chance. I think Jordan Love's going to give one heck of a performance, and the Packers will defeat the Philadelphia Eagles. So, 2 primetime games. Going on to Sunday. Sunday. It's going to be a good one. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. I think Pittsburgh, since they know the Atlanta offense, the new offensive coordinator knows the offense, he's going to give them some details. I like it'll be an interesting game, a close game. I think Pittsburgh, everyone thinks they're going to suck this year, but I think they're going to be slightly better now that Matt Canada's out of the way and they're trying to get themselves in a gooder position. I think Pittsburgh will actually be better than what they've been. I think Pittsburgh beats Atlanta. Good start for their season. Going on Atlanta versus Buffalo. Buffalo does not have Stephon Diggs anymore, but honestly, Stephon Diggs has become so irrelevant and so bad. Honestly, they don't even need him. Buffalo, even though I think Buffalo is going to kind of take a step back this season, they get an easy win against the Arizona Cardinals. It's just fair. They should win this game. Not really worried about that at all. Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. This is the game that Caleb Williams needs. A team that, a Tennessee team that obviously is unproven. They think no one thinks they're going to be any good. This is a moment for Caleb Williams to strike and the Bears fans to go wild. I look at this matchup and I feel like this is the moment. If Caleb Williams is legit, he was given this offense and defense straight to him. I'm taking the Bears to win this game. I think they'll actually be a lot better than what they usually are. Next game, I feel like this is the one that is clearly the easy one to pick is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think literally the Patriots this year are just going to be awful. They fired Belichick. They went with a new quarterback. They're not even starting him. This is just going to be an awful year for the Patriots. They're going to be awful this year. Cincinnati, obviously, Joe Burrow's finally back. They're going to get a big boost. I think Cincinnati, I feel like the money line for this game is definitely going to be this is going to be the one where it's a blowout. For sure, I'm going to take Cincinnati. Next up, Houston Texans at Indianapolis Colts. Hopefully for the Colts, we get a full season of Anthony Richardson. That would be great because he has so much potential to be good, and he's on my fantasy team. And the Houston Texans with C.J. Stroud looking... a lot of people think he's the MVP favorite, that's for sure. But Houston Texans at Indianapolis Colts. Very, very excited for this matchup for sure. I feel like we're going to get a good game out of this. I think Texans are going to come out swinging. We're going to get back and forth. I think Texans come out of the hole and get it done. Next up, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. Miami, I think, gets off to a good, strong start. They extended Tua. They got Tyreek Hill. They got that loaded offense. Miami against Jacksonville, easily, I just got to say Miami should win this one. Next up, Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, so many improvements for Carolina. I still don't think they're going to be as good, but they could definitely improve maybe in year 3. I still think they're on the rebuilding side. New Orleans is just kind of like in the middle. Should they rebuild? Should they not? I don't know. I'm going to take New Orleans to win, but I wouldn't be shocked if they lost this game to Carolina either. Because honestly, who knows what will happen. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Giants. Or should I say New Jersey Giants? Because frankly, New York's they're going to suck this year. I'm going to take the Vikings. I don't even really want to go. Even though that Sam Darnold is the starter for the Minnesota Vikings, Giants are just going to be so bad this year. They are going to be so bad. They're going to be they're going to be the absolute worst team in football. I don't know how anyone will even sit there and say Giants will even remotely stand a chance. Minnesota easily wins this game. Next up, Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. I think no one's giving the Chargers a chance. I don't, just because they lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler. Keenan Allen's getting old. Williams is always injured, and Eckler is washed. Okay? I don't think the Chargers are going to be bad. I really don't. I think Lad McConkey's going to actually be a freaking steal. And I think that they made the right choice by getting a lineman to protect them. I don't think they need stars. I think Justin Herbert can prove that he doesn't need all these stars to really win him games. I think the Chargers will win. Next up, Denver Broncos at Seattle Seahawks. Everyone's picking Denver to win. Everyone's picking Seattle to win. I think Denver's going to win. I just see it being an upset. I think Bo Nix is going to be a lot better than people anticipate. And I think the Denver Broncos are going to finish 500. I think they're going to actually be better than what I anticipated. I see it. All right. The Fox primetime matchup is the Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. This is a good game. Really good game. You know what I think is going to happen? Even though I think Dallas still is the better team than Cleveland, Dallas always chokes week 1. They always come out of there week 1 and play like trash. Cleveland's going to win this game. I've known this for a fact. That's how I see it. Next up, Washington Commanders, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Washington, there's so many unprovens. Don't know how Jaden Daniels is going to be yet until I really see him. I say Tampa Bay didn't really do much, but they are still a good team. I'm going to take Tampa Bay. That's just how I see it. All right, Sunday Night Football. We got a playoff rematch, and pretty much Jared Goff versus Matthew Stafford. Obviously, the big trade that happened years ago. Sunday Night Football, that's going to be a great game. Detroit starts their big run out smooth. I think Detroit's going to be the best team in the entire league this year. I mean, they're going to look good. But I think it's going to be great because I think the Rams and the Lions are... I think the Lions are going to finish with the 1 seed and the Rams are going to finish with the 2 seed. I think those two are the best teams when healthy in the NFC right now. That's how I see it. Not the 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to have a struggling year. But I think those are the 2 years. I think that's how I see it. Monday Night Football. New Jersey Giants, or I guess I'm gonna keep calling them Jersey Giants, versus the San Francisco 49ers. The Jets, we finally get to see Aaron Rodgers with the Jets, everybody. Obviously, we had to wait a full year due to that Achilles injury, but we finally get to see Aaron Rodgers with the New York frackin' Jets. Gets to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Originally, I had the Jets winning this game because I thought the Jets defense was going to do really well against the San Francisco offensive line because no Trent Williams, but the news broke that Trent Williams signed a deal. So pretty much that's off. I'm taking the 49ers to win the game on Monday Night Football. So that's what it is. That's our first weekly Wednesday prediction of the year. First game is on Thursday night. And obviously, our reaction to the Packers will appear Friday night or Saturday morning. So, if you like what you see, comment below, subscribe with your thoughts, and we will see you next time.